First, start with your reaction on getting selected and playing LSU in the first round.
Well, I got to be honest, even though we know better than to buy into any of the projected brackets and whatnot, I was a little surprised in that it wasn't even on my radar. I thought that with as well as we played this last weekend, winning all 3 games by double digits, and perhaps, even though they say it doesn't matter, the tradition of our program, we went from, we've been on the 14 line all year, or the last 2 months, and we got bumped up 2 spots. I think because of that, I think because of, we had to do it this weekend, and we did it, I think, rather convincingly. So I hadn't really looked at the 4-5 area. I'd been more in the kind of 6-7 area in terms of potential spots and sites. But, great opportunity. In this business, everybody has familiarity. I've known Nikki forever, and she did a terrific job at UCLA and is in her first year at LSU. And, our right-hand guy, Fred Shamil, is an assistant coach at Penn State. So I bet he's going to get our scout. And UTEP was in our tournament a couple years ago. So a little bit of familiarity, but most importantly, time to get the coffee on and go tunnel in on LSU.
Now, what about facing them in Baton Rouge? How tough of a task would that be?
Well, when we played DePaul here and we got to host, I thought it was a brilliant idea, so I can't turn around now and say I think it stinks. What we have to do as leaders in the women's game is what's best for the game. And home sites is what's best for the game. We need people and atmosphere. If you don't watch the game much, you want to turn on the TV and see a lot of action. And, that's where we're at. So I support that, and we're going to go down there. Our team is talking gumbo already, and you know me, I don't know much about that, but we'll go down there and have a terrific opportunity and a terrific time, I hope.
Now, what do you think KT and Gabby, I think, are your 2 only players who have played in the tournament before? What kind of experience they can lend to the other players?
Well, when we talked before we came down to the selection show, I said Chelsea, who obviously had been at Duke, I said Chelsea, KT, and Gabby and our staff are going to give you different nuggets every day to totally prepare you for the environment. It's not the game itself. The game's the game. It's all that surrounds the game. And, it helped to have the first step being in the Mountain West tournament. There's certain things and rules that go into effect to neutralize places that make it really, really different, and they're just not used to it. And I think if they can get caught up in all that stuff, then it takes away from your normal focus. But I think, between our staff, who is loaded with veterans, and those 3 guys who are really committed to what we're doing, and the key to our whole season has been hungry freshmen and young people who listen. They want to play. They want to win. Desi wants to win. Arima wants to win. Ajali, they're going to listen, and they're going to do the best they can. Will we get the big guys a little bit? I don't know that there's anybody who doesn't in an NCAA tournament. I don't care what your seed is. But we'll be prepared, and we'll be excited to represent not only San Diego State, but the Mountain West Conference.